Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, MJ, I've just ripped off your catchphrase because, ladies and gentlemen, this is Cream Crazy's WrestleMania 28 review. And yeah, it's being posted later than expected, but then again, I wanted the review to be written up and be as perfect as it possibly can be. Now, I've been sitting here in this seat for the most part of nearly 5 hours. It hurts like fuck, and I want to make sure I get this video done as quickly as I possibly can. But then again, I can never confirm that, especially knowing you guys knowing how long my videos do go. Right, to kick this thing off, the stage and Dolphin Stadium in general looked incredible. To be honest, that stage looked very simplistic, but to be honest, it looked amazing as well. Plus, the tent thing, decorated with the palm trees, excellent touch. Excellent. I mean, that's something you don't normally expect from WWE to put something out like that. Little neat little thing, worked out well. Plus, that graphic cube idea, done away with, and instead it covered up the cell. Nice. That's brilliant. And I will also say one other thing before I get the match reviews started. Well done, Lillian Garcia, for singing America the Beautiful there. I know I hated on it. I hated on it so much, but then I forgot how good a singer Lillian Garcia is, and she actually made the song worth listening to, so thank you, Lillian. It's good to see you back. Right, first off, and I thought, obviously, that we were going to see Cody show or Kane Orton, but in the build-up, I found out that Sheamus and Bryan was going to open the show, and I thought, okay, cool, I get to see the match, one of the matches I want to see. And I thought, okay, we're going to see something good here. Something fantastic, something very nice. You probably thought the same. And in all fairness, it turned out to be completely wrong. You know why? Because, one, the result shouldn't have read out like this. Sheamus defeated Daniel Bryan to win the World Heavyweight Championship. I will also say that this rating definitely does not deserve its cause, knowing what these guys can give. But when I read you what happened, it's definitely obvious why this deserves the rating I've given it. There were loads of yes signs. I thought, yeah, that's a fucking nice touch. Bryan kissed AJ and then got hit by a bro kick. Sheamus covered and got the 3. Yeah. That was it. 18 seconds. What the hell? That was a complete waste. These guys went from a dark match to 18 seconds of filler. For a title match and for a Rumble win, that does nothing but demean it even more. And, okay, it gives the Rumble win some prestige by giving a title to someone for the first time in 4 years, but in that kind of match, no. That shouldn't be. I was expecting something fantastic, and we get a squash match that buries Bryan just like I expected it to do, just in case the fans really needed it to be confirmed anymore. A pointless match, rubbish. Legitimately one of the worst things I've ever seen committed to in-ring work. And guys, that's a 0. The night was not off to a good start with this, and I've got to say, everybody at this point, I looked on Facebook, I looked on Skype, I looked on MSN with people I was talking to, all 3, and they were all saying the same. This pay-per-view has got off to the worst possible beginning, and I cannot agree more. Even looking back on it, I can say it's the worst decision that could have possibly been made. Because what actually this match did was it reverberated through the rest of the night. Because the next match, Daniel Bryan chants were heard, then the match after, Daniel Bryan chants, and it went on throughout the night to basically put it out. And that's definitely something WWE may want to end up rethinking when the rematch comes at Extreme Rules. So I'm going to quickly get myself a glass of water. I tell you, I've had a long day and my throat hasn't recovered from WrestleFest earlier. Right. So on with the next match, as shockingly everybody, Kane defeated Randy Orton. Yeah, That's my eyes looking at the result. That's you guys knowing, holy shit, Orton put over someone. But nonetheless, let me get to the match at hand. Okay, Kane countered the Hangman DDT, hangs Orton on the ropes, boots him in the head to get him down. This is after a bit of a elbow tie-up stuff. Covered and got 2. Both men alternate punches and try to wear the other out. Orton backs into the ropes and is hit with a massive right hand. Kane covers for 2. Kane hits a side slam, covers for 2. Orton tried to swing a neck breaker, failed the first time, got it the second time, and covered for 2. Now, I thought this was a botch at first, but that was just a show of strength by the Big Red Machine. I can hear a boring chant. Oh, come on, it wasn't that bad. It was slow. That's it. It was slow and it took a while to build, but it was not that bad. It wasn't as bad as, say, Sin Cara. Okay, looking back on it, I can say that was a bit shit, but it was not worthy of a boring chant. Kane Orton was not, at that point, worthy of a boring chant. Dear God. Stalling vertical suplex by Kane, cover for 2. And it explains at this point why I do not like the stupid hit one move, pin a guy method that WWE has in matches, because it ruins the flow of the matches and it's annoying. Orton counters a cyborg slam to his patented backbreaker, and I was clapping at this. Fucking awesome. What a counter, Mr. Orton. Good stuff. Clotheslines by Orton don't get Kane down. Orton hits a massive power slam and throws Kane into the post. This match has just started to pick up. DDT chants, which obviously the fans are going to do because we know what's coming. And shockingly, as Orton puts Kane in that position, Michael Cole says it's a bulldog. You're still a piece of shit sometimes, Cole. That just proved it. Oh, fuck, I've actually lost my place. Jesus Christ. Orton goes to the RKO after hitting that DDT. Kane counters into a big boot for 2. Kane goes to the clothesline, but Orton counters with a drop kick in midair. Nice. Orton lines up with a punt kick and walks into a choke slam. Covers and gets 2. Get in. Kane counters the RKO again, but Orton takes Kane out with his knees with a drop kick. Kane's positioned on the top rope. And Orton, I believe at this point, was ready for an RKO. And then Kane grasps the Viper around the throat and choke slams him off the top. Ha! Amazing. 1, 2, 3. Orton has lost clean. Holy fuck. Orton has lost clean to Kane. Wow. Who would have seen that coming? I have no idea. And that's the major big talking point. It's true. It's damn true, because no one expected Orton to put Kane over. I will say, right, this was a slow match to begin with, but when these guys got the ball rolling, it got exciting. Orton did a fantastic job of putting Kane over, which was needed after the feud with Cena. And there was a good variety of moves here, and an even offense, which cheered me up after the previous match. And the counters towards the end, I mean, especially, oh, I now have to look back at my notes to look at the fucking backbreaker one that I bloody clapped. Countered a sidewalk slam into that. That was the kind of counter you'd not seen from Orton in many, many years. It's great. And I have to say, and towards the end, it just was brilliant. It made the match worth seeing. I left it happy as well as shocked. Good stuff. All this needed, though, was a bit of in-ring psychology, an outside brawling, and this would have been a 2 3/4 star match at best. However, this then therefore becomes a 2 1/4 star match. Very good, but the fact that going into this match, I expected it to be shit. I actually expected this match to be really boring, really slow. It was for a while, but it wasn't, I expected a lot less. And I got a lot more, so thank you, Randy Orton. Thank you, Glenn Jacobs, Kane. Thank you for that. Good on you, because you definitely surprised us, and me here. Next, Big Show defeated Cody Rhodes to win the Intercontinental Championship in a match. And I mean, I would say meh, but meh to me is below average, just below average. So that doesn't even matter. Right. Cody put a video up of all of Show's bad Mania highlights beforehand, and I must say the hardcore match at X7 was awesome. that wasn't much of a bad moment in comparison with everything else in the video clip. Thought I'd just point that out. Cody runs scared, gets back in the ring, hits a flying crossbody, but he's then caught and thrown back into the ring by Show. Stomped on and then thrown across the ring before getting slap-chopped. Rhodes is then given a stink face, which made me mark out slightly because I have not seen a stink face in a while. Cody counters a back body splash, rebounds off an Irish whip, and drop kicks Show's knee. Stomps and covers for one as Show powers out. Cody works on the ankle. Show grabs the leg of Cody, counting a kick, and chops him. Show runs into Cody's... oh, I've lost it. Cody's boots in the turnbuckle. Then grabs Cody for a choke slam, but Cody pulls his arm into the ropes. Cody hits the disaster kick, then goes for a second one and gets speared in midair. Then the WMD follows up. 1, 2, 3. Big Show is the new Intercontinental Champion. Now, this match, I'm annoyed that Cody got beaten in exchange for Orton losing clean, but that's exactly what you get when WWE changes the possible results in order to surprise the internets. You right? Am I right there? Yes. I hope I am right there, because that is definitely true. A very slow match. Very little elements of psychology and unexpected stink face took this away from zerodom. Because I was thinking at one point, 0. I will also give Cody his due for carrying Show. Because, to be honest, anyone can carry Big Show in a match, apart from Mark Henry. Right, I'll give this half a star for the little things it gave me in the short time it had. Simple. If you guys think it's more, there is a comment section if you need it. Because I don't think you need to explain it any more than I've already done. Right, next one. Kelly and Maria Menounos. Yes, I got it right. Fuck, I got that right. Defeated Beth Phoenix and Eve Torres in actually what was a decent match. For Divas division, you may be thinking, oh Fred, you're not really being serious here. Just wait and see. There's more Daniel Bryan chants, which made me at the time smell the feeling that WWE were going to book the match later on in the night as a proper one. Hell, there was even a Foley chant, because he had a promo with Santino and a guy from the Deadliest Catch trying to break open Crab, which was quite funny, actually. That happened after Sheamus, so... ugh. Right, there was a Dragon Rana by Kelly for 2, a double stink face by Menounos and Kelly, which is cool. Eve locked in a body scissors on Menounos' ribs, followed up by Beth doing the same. And there's me with my eyes open, thinking, holy shit! Psychology in a Divas match! What the hell? And also the yes, yes, yes chants from the Daniel Bryan fan group, obviously added in with my assessment of what the hell was going on in the ring. Maria tagged in, Kelly hits her big head scissors, goes to the top rope, and then hits a Molly go round. When the hell have we seen a Molly go round since Molly Holly left? In fact, I even referred to it by its name that Molly Holly had. What a nice move to see. Loved it. Beth lined up a glam slam, but Kelly countered it and converted it into a bulldog. Too bad the crowd did not give a shit about that, because I did. Maria tags in, goes to the top rope. Beth saves her from what I would say botching, because she would have done. Maria gets put up for a military press slam. Kelly pulls her off, pushes Beth into Eve, rolls her up for the 3. That was not a freeze frame, that was just me. Well, actually, it was kind of me doing a 5-second pose. Nonetheless. Right. Well, I'll tell you now. The Divas match with a celebrity in it has done something which no Divas match has done since 22. And that was impressed me. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I saw lots of psychology on those ribs. And I was marking out like a fucking lunatic. Because I had not seen proper psychology in a Divas match like that in a while. And I have to say thank you, Maria Menounos, for having 2 cracked ribs. Because if it wasn't for that, this match would have been shit. And I'm sure there was a couple of fantastic moves. In fact, the epic glam slam counter, the Molly go round. However, I will say this. Apart from that, nothing else happened. But that psychology and all that together made this interesting for me. Actually made me think Beth and Eve had a chance of winning until, well, the end came along. I've given Divas matches which have had way more in it. Such less ratings in comparison with this one. But it does show how important the notion of in-ring psychology is to rating a match for me. because it is important. And the fact that these divas did it made me go, well done. It made me do that because it was good. For a Divas point of view, that means it gets 1 star. 1 solitary little star, which makes it the Divas match of the year so far, which you guys are probably saying to me, you're a fucking lunatic. Call me a lunatic, call me what you will. I'm just doing what I do, watching what I saw on this TV, which everybody is still on, because the music that Sky Box Office put on is awesome, and I just muted it. Nonetheless, I saw what I saw, I've given it 1 star. You can complain, you can bitch as much as you want, but I liked what I saw in the Divas division tonight. And to make this night get even better, JR comes out to commentate. Starts off the second hour well, because by the time the second hour came along, I was worried. Because we'd had 4 of 8 matches. And I was thinking, fuck it, we're going to see a rush, we're going to see a Mania with a lot of time to spare. Oh boy, was I wrong. Because up next, ladies and gentlemen, The Undertaker defeated Triple H in a Hell in a Cell match, featuring Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee. Now, I don't need to explain what kind of match this was, because if you were watching this event, you know how good it was. I don't even need to explain. I'll let the whole review of the match explain for you, because that's the fucking job of it, isn't it? Triple H made his entrance through a nice devilish-looking door thing, and the camera cut out, briefly. There was a lot of technical issues throughout the night, peeps. Yeah, a lot of them. Taker's hood was lower than usual, which meant, obviously, we were going to see the haircut. And we were all thinking, he's going to be bald as fuck. Or he'd do something shit and basically have it end up like what my hair looks like. No, he had a very, very short mohawk. Something I didn't expect. No one expected it. And for the most part, it was good. I liked it. The cell then lowered down to the tune of Memory Remains by Metallica. Nice touch. Good to know WWE at least got their priorities right there. Eh? The bell rings, and we're off this thing. Both men slug out with punches, Taker beating Triple H down in the corner. Triple H fights back with more of his own. Triple H is then thrown to the outside, punched down, thrown to the steps, and Taker is then thrown to the cell. Triple H is then whipped into the cell, and back body dropped on the floor, Taker just missing the cameraman as he's doing it. It all works out. The cell is now in use. The crowd are at this moment quiet. I would be more pumped, but then again, my sound system here is shit. Putting it out there, the sound system was crap most of the night. So I really don't know how well that crowd went over on TV, but it definitely got louder as the whole night went, as the match went on. JR says this was an era which we will never return to, which is something I never thought he'd say. You know, I always thought he would say something. This is the end of an era of this. I never thought he'd say we'd never return to it. That's just it makes me want my blood boil, because I want to have an era, that taste of that era still around. Taker pushes away HBK from Triple H and throws Triple H into the cell and steps. Match is started off slow, but I know it'll pick up. Triple H hits his facebuster, Taker hits a clothesline, but of course, that facebuster was no sold. Booyah, Undertaker! Taker goes up for the old school, it connects. Taker rams the steps into Triple H and takes the lower half of it into the ring, then hits his leg drop with Triple H selling like an absolute boss. Because he was going, oh, and I don't see many people selling that leg drop as good as that. Good on him. Triple H immediately hits a DDT, and definitely shows a quick swerve of offense. Taker's head's then slammed into the lower base of the steps. Triple H goes for the pedigree on the steps, but Taker counters into a back body drop. Triple H then hits a double A spine buster on said steps. Fuck! But Taker then locks in the Hell's Gate out of nowhere. Triple H then lifts up Taker in a 12-step position and slams him to the ground. 1, 2, Taker kicks out. Triple H grabs a chair and beats Taker to hell with it. My God. Taker is then thrown headfirst into the base of those steps. 2 chairs are suddenly in the ring, I just noticed. And then Triple H whacks Taker more with the chair. My God. HBK telling Triple H to stop, but he keeps going on. Triple H and Shawn argue over whether who should end the match, Triple H or Shawn Michaels. Awesome idea of putting much more tension into this thing. Oh, god damn it. Oh man, I'm losing my breath here, guys. Sore throat, clogged up face, not going to help. Oh my god, seriously. Where the fuck am I? There we go. Taker is being told by HBK whether he wants to continue. Triple H throws him away and batters chairs at Taker again. Taker says to Shawn, don't stop it. Triple H says stays down and then whacks him more. Triple H covers, but Taker kicks out at 2. Nice. Triple H picks up a sledgehammer to a massive pop, because it obviously would do. It's a massive thing. Him and HBK then argue on whether to end the match right now. HBK is then pleading for Taker to quit. Triple H then rams the sledgehammer into his skull. This is over with. Taker is out. 1, 2, Taker somehow kicks out of that. Triple H then goes to whack the sledgehammer into Taker's head, but HBK grabs it and throws it out of the ring, which is shocking. He then ponders over whether to ring the bell and say the match is over. HBK is then locked in the Hell's Gate. Fuck! Triple H then rams a sledgehammer into the back of the head of Taker to save his best friend. Triple H goes for the sledgehammer shot, but Taker then kicks him, locks in Hell's Gate of his own. But the game then has a sledgehammer in his hand, but he can't hit him with it. And just like last year at WrestleMania, he passes out. There is nothing. Hold on a minute, because the referee is out. The submission move has been done. This match should be over, but it's not. And that's how it goes, my friends. Charles Robinson then runs down. He's then allowed into the cell. And then Taker hit right when he hits a chokeslam on Triple H. 1, 2, Triple H then kicks out. Charles Robinson is then chokeslammed by Taker. Fucking hell, I did not see that coming. This is mental stuff going on here. Taker goes for a tombstone, but then Shawn hits the fucking sweet chin music. Then Triple H hits the pedigree. And then it's all over. 1, 2, but somehow, some way, The Undertaker is kicked out of that. Triple H then throws Shawn out of the ring. Taker sits up and goes mental. Snake Eyes, big boot, leg drop, and tombstone. 1, 2, but somehow, some way, Triple H is kicked out of that. And at this point, I'm thinking, what the fuck are these guys going to have to do to put each other out? Both men are on the canvas, punching each other to get to their feet. Triple H then counters a tombstone attempt, hits the pedigree. And at that point, my eyes are open thinking, this is over. This streak is dead. 1, 2, and my God, he kicks out again. How? How is this possible? Taker sits up, but Triple H gets the sledgehammer. Taker's got a chair. Taker then steps on the sledgehammer and hits the side of the chair into Triple H's head, back and ribs before whacking the crap out of him some more. Taker then covers, but again Triple H kicks out. This then goes on with HBK pleading them to just stop the match. Triple H then crawls to the sledgehammer, lunges at Taker, but then Taker catches it. Taker then pushes Triple H into the corner. Triple H then tells him to suck it DX style, which is censored by the WWE. I believe that for a second. And he's then hit right in the head with a sledgehammer by Undertaker. Triple H then uses Taker's legs to get up. Taker then signals for the tombstone. It connects. The Heartbreak Kid counts. 1, 2, 3. The streak is 20-0. And the match is over. Taker sits up, crawls to the ropes. He's trying to leave on his own 2 feet. Shawn lifts him up, hugs him, and lifts his hand in the air. But then, an absolute showing of class here, guys. Taker and HBK lift up Triple H and carry him out. What a great show of respect by all 3 men. I mean, what a match. Because, wow. Wow, my God. What a battle this was, guys. This story had so much to tell. And it made up for the lack of in-ring work, much like last year. However, I will say this. This match meant more. had much more intensity, and had so much to cheer about that it was worth every penny buying this show. Definitely. Was it better than last year's, though? That was the main question I had in my head all through the night following this. Was it better? Yes. I've already mentioned the story was better. It was much more intenseful, much more going on. And HBK added so much to the match, because without him and his presence, this would have been much lesser than last year. The sell wasn't needed, but it did create a place to contain the aggressive insanity that ended up being this match. And guys, you've heard what I've said. So much near falls, so much intensity to it, that I honestly say that could there be anything bad about this match? Yes. There was a lack of in-ring work that wasn't brawls or weapon shots, and there was an absence of blood for the most part, because Triple H was kind of bleeding above his eyebrow there, but that was not very visible. And that knocks a quarter of the star off this, which is surprising, because you thought I'd give this a 5-star, hands down. However, everything else, guys, the pleasure is all mine of handing this 4 3/4 stars. Yep, that's right, 4 3/4 stars. And well done to you three legends for putting on an absolute show stealer. That, ladies and gentlemen, is at the moment my pay-per-view match of the year, and I'm going to literally say this right now. It is going to take something magical to beat that. It is going to take something out of this world to beat that. And I know you're all saying to me, you're right. It's going to be. It's going to be something amazing has to beat that. It has to be like a 60-minute Iron Man match where it's right down to the wire and so much has gone on. But you never know at this point. It's only March. We've got a whole year to go yet. Now we get to the 12-man tag match, which surprisingly ended in the result I wanted. Believe that for a second, because Team Laurinaitis defeated Team Long to win John Laurinaitis control of Raw and SmackDown. But I will say this one, if you think this was a decent match, you'd be way out. And also, just if I point this out, took 2 hours to do it, but the heel Michael Cole has finally sprung up. Good God, it took him that long. It's also nice to know that Ryder got booed. Either that or they said woo woo woo. I'm not entirely sure. Comment section for anyone who was there who can confirm that for me. Right, Kofi hit a sky-high crossbody on Dolph for 2. Booker punched down everybody but Henry on Team Johnny, which was a nice touch, but it made the young stars look like shit in comparison to Henry and Booker. Swagger and McIntyre had a nice double flapjack on Carly. Team Teddy just threw Team Johnny out of the ring. Hornswoggle went over and then got thrown down by Henry. Kofi and Truth hit a somersault planche over the top rope as Oksana, Vicky and the Bellas catfight on the outside. Santino hit the Cobra on Otunga. 1, 2, Ziggler broke up the count. Ryder goes for the Rough Rider, but springs over and hits over Miz and hits Ziggler with it. Even Ryder then do a woo woo woo, you know it, with the crowd. Miz then hits him with a skull-crushing finale. 1, 2, 3. Laurinaitis wins control of the brands. And then, to basically cap this match off, Eve then low blows him. Eve low blows Zack Ryder in the middle of that ring. Now, you may all be thinking that was a pretty quick match. It wasn't, because between Kofi hitting that crossbody and, let me see, Swagger and McIntyre hitting that double flapjack on Carly, it was very basic, nothing happened really. And it was very boring to watch. Very boring to watch. I didn't like it one bit. I did not like this match one bit, but it picked up and finished well, and there was a few good moments. So, what little it gave, half a star. Simple. You happy now, Johnny? Huh? Happy I gave your match half a star? Your biggest accomplishment? I may be happy that you're the one in this position, but if you make Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and Friday Night SmackDown a complete waste of my time, then I may have to doubt my obscene fandom with your position. Let's put that out there. Right. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell, I'm wearing a 2010 9-ish era Punk t-shirt. Booyah! Because the result came out fine. CM Punk defeated Chris Jericho to retain the WWE Championship. Now, before this matchup, Laurinaitis, celebrating his win, said to Punk that, okay, I know you're angry about what Jericho has said to you. And basically, I want a good wrestling match, not a brawl. So therefore, if you get DQ'd, you lose your temper, you will lose the WWE Championship to Jericho. At the time, I thought this would be interesting to spice the match up, but no, damn, it didn't turn out to be that way at all. I have one more drink of water before I have a go at this one. Oh, God, I needed that. Right, both men lock up with collar and elbow tie-up before going into the ground offensive. Punk backs and beats down Y2J in the corner, but he stops due to the ref cam. Y2J slaps him, leading him to guard him again. Happens a second time. Simple as that. Y2J then says to Punk, "How's your father?" Which basically means Punk just goes down and beats him some more. Punk then sets Jericho up for the Savage Elbow, then Jericho just runs out of the ring. Punk then hits a clothesline to compensate. That's all good. Jericho then shouts, "How is your sister, Punk? How is your substance-abusing sister, huh?" Punk then grabs a chair, threatens to fucking go at him, and I'm thinking, oh, you're not serious. You're not going to do it now, is it? And Jericho's saying, your father's a drunk, your sister's a coke addict, come on, hit me in the head, go on. Which is lovely, but the fact is, I couldn't give two shits. I want to see in ring work. And then, Punk then doesn't do it, throws the chair away, and then enziguri. Done. Guys, the offensive for the first time for Jericho. Punk then goes for a GTS on the apron, but Y2J clotheslines Punk into the ring. Y2J then suplexes Punk out, which kind of turns into an almost pinning predicament if it was done in the ring. Nice job though. Y2J puts Punk in the ring, covers, Punk kicks out too. Jericho hits a double underhook backbreaker, which is a lovely move to see. Kick covers, but Punk kicks out again. And I will say this, Punk then slaps Y2J. Y2J then hits a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker on the Irish Whip rebound. Booyah! Love it. And then covers, Punk kicks out too again. The crowd are very quiet for this. Now, if you're there live, please put in the comment section if you're watching this on a mobile device or at your home or in your hotel, tell me if the crowd was really as dead as I thought. Because it did seem that way. Honestly, it was annoying. Punk goes for the springboard crossbody. Jericho pulls Punk off the top rope and covers for two. Punk's head hit the mat hard on that. Went for the spring crossbody. Jericho pulls him off. Head rebounds off the canvas. And you think, concussion, City. Definitely concussion. For me, I would say that. Definitely. Where am I? Punk springs out of the surfboard stretch. Y2J goes for the bulldog, but then Punk throws him into the turnbuckle. Punk then whacks a swinging Russian leg sweep neckbreaker, covers for two. Punk tries to hit the bulldog off the knee, but Y2J counters, goes for the lion salt, but Punk counters that, and Y2J gets him in the walls of Jericho. Punk gets out of it, and then Y2J gets kicked a few times. I'm not too sure. My eyes were away from the TV looking at this computer. Covers for two. Punk goes for the Savage Elbow and then hits it. Y2J then counters, gets out, and then hits a jawbreaker. It didn't look like a counter at first. Well, not jawbreaker, codebreaker. It didn't look like an elbow counter at first, but then I seeing how Punk was holding his arm and selling it, it was definitely that. Punk then rolls to the outside. Punk then rolled back in and then gets up hitting a GTS. Nice! Jericho's covered, but he gets his foot on the ropes. Cole again gets a scoop slam, power slam naming wrong as Punk covers for two. Jericho then puts Punk on the top rope. No, he puts him on the... Y2J puts Punk on the ropes, hits the lion salt. 1, 2, Punk kicks out. Punk then hits Y2J on the top as he's oh, fuck, I lost my place again. On the top rope. Y2J counters a Hurricane Rana into the walls of Jericho. That is good. Punk then struggles to clearly get to the ropes. Y2J is then thrown out. Punk hits a suicide dive. The head impacting again on the barricade. Punk goes for the springboard, but then Y2J quacks in a code breaker. 1, 2, and Punk somehow kicks out with that. Good God. Punk lifts Y2J up for JTS, but fights out. Gets put in the position again, but using his elbows, fights out quite easily. Jericho then goes to the top rope. Punk then kicks Jericho in the ribs. Punk lifts YTJ up in the GTS position. He almost hits it, but then Jericho counters it into the Lion Tamer, and then reverting into the Walls of Jericho. Good countering here, guys. This is impressive. Punk then crawls over. YTJ then loosens the hold before reapplying it fully, but then Punk rolls out into a small package. Jericho then counters into a pin of his own, and then just keeps going for a while until Punk counters that into an Anaconda Vice. And then a pin attempt by Jericho is then countered back into the Vice. YTJ then gets out of it thanks to the knees to the head, rolls in the Walls of Jericho again. Punk then counters that and locks in the Anaconda Vice. Jericho can't knee Punk in the head because Punk's leaning forward to make sure he doesn't get done. And then Jericho has no choice but to tap out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that set and done. CM Punk still yours and my WWE champion. Now, thanks to the sport entertainment stipulation that this match gave, it ruined the opportunity to make this a technical marvel. Plus, the crowd were dead, in my opinion, for 2/3 of this match, which really sucked any atmosphere that was in this match out into the Miami atmosphere. Miami air, I should say. However, once it's picked up, it was fun as hell. Back and forth submissions, pinfalls, counters, a few high-risk moves. Crowd really woke up from that. And I'll tell you now, there wasn't too much in ring psychology, but I can live with that. Because this match was very good towards the end. Very entertaining. A lot of stuff that keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's what you need. I expected more from this, but I was happy because the result was right, and it was what it was worth. Solid. Very solid match. A lot of good stuff to cheer about. I'll give it 3 stars. I give Jericho Punk 3. Unbelievable, don't you think? You thought I would give it a lot more than that, wouldn't you? You'd think that. I really would say so. And then finally, the main event. We knew this was going to be the main event, no matter how many people said it would not be. Because a lot of people were saying, why not put Triple H, Undertaker the main event? It ain't going to happen again, fellas. I would also like to mention, before this match, we saw Brodus Clay dancing with his mamas. And we also saw the performances by Machine Gun Kelly and Flow Rider. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys what the result is, just in case you are watching this for the first time and haven't really... Okay, basically, if you haven't watched the pay-per-view and you don't know the result, do not listen to people commenting down below, as I know they will do, because I want you guys to find it out as a surprise, if it's still technically a surprise to you by this point. I found it funny how Rock got 2 songs played, the performance was longer, and it had pyro. Favoritism there much? I must also point out that Rock looked awful, and he does look awful with facial hair, because you can't pull off the look that Austin made famous. Because Austin made the handlebar, goatee, bald head look, and you can't pull it off, Rock. You can't pull it off. Listen, go back to clean shaven. Or do what I do with a slight one, and don't do too much else. And this match, ladies and gentlemen, started off just as Rock Hogan did, alternating stares to the crowd. The crowd are on their feet for this one. Cena pushes Rock down as the first offensive move, following some collar and elbow tie-ups. The crowd are doing their usual part, just going along. There's a tie-up for the second time. Rock powers Cena away. Rock then headlocks Cena. Cena locks in the arm, but Rock bounces up from the ground. Rock then lays in some arm drags and a cradle for 2. Rock then hits a shoulder knockdown, and Cena leapfrogs it with a hip toss, and then a headlock is then applied on the canvas. I was a bit distracted writing this down, and I don't know what happened, but Cena was somehow out of the ring. I think he was put out. He then kicked on the rope. He then kicked off. Oh, hold on a second, guys. Just gonna break in this while I quickly put my recharger back in. And then my mind is just completely lost because I've completely forgotten where the hell I am. Sorry, but it's a long night. It's 5:30, and I want to make sure I get this right. Where am I? Fuck. kicked on the ropes, but Cena then hits back and rams his shoulder into Rock, followed by a clothesline, covers for 2. Cena then puts Rock out of the ring, slams his ribs onto the barricade and the announce table. Cena then puts Rock back in the ring, covers for 2. Right hand and a modified belly-to-belly by Cena, covers again and gets 2. Rock then hits back with punches, but Cena then off an Irish whip, locks in a bear hug. And my God, in-ring psychology, working and selling the ribs. And 10 years on, I can safely say Rock Hogan lacked that. It lacked a fundamental piece of in-ring psychology. And The Rock then fades out, but one more wrench keeps him awake. Rock punches out and hits his fast DDT, covers for 2. Cena punches into the corner, Rock fights back with his own punches, then a spine buster, lines up the people's elbow. Cena tries to lock in the STF countering, Rock gets out of it. Cena hits the shoulder blocks, the protoplex, 5-knuckle shuffle. Same old shit chant from Miami crowd there. And also, if you can hear a sound, that's the dog barking. Cena goes for the attitude adjustment, but Rock gets out of it, and both men clothesline each other. Very intense stuff. The crowd are just going mental, and they would do for this kind of match. Both men flail punches at each other. Rock went for his final one, doing a "you can't see me" to kind of rub it in his face. Cena hits the AA, and my God, the crowd just jumped out of their seats thinking, no fucking way is this going to happen here. 1, 2, Rock kicks out. Rock then gets up and hits the Rock bottom. 1, 2, Cena kicks out. My God! Rock goes at Cena in the corner. Cena gets out, hits a sidewalk slam for 2. Cena goes to the top rope, hits his leg drop, covers, Rock kicks out. The feed then broke. I'm not going to rate the match down for that because that's a production issue, not a match issue. But it's still something I had to point out to all of you people, because if you didn't see it, then I don't know what I'm looking at. I literally just lost where I was again. Oh, there we go. Rock falls out of an AA position at this point. Rock then locks in a sharpshooter, however Cena breaks the hold. Rock punches Cena down on the ground quickly and then locks in another sharpshooter. But one more time, Cena grabs the ropes. Rock and Cena then go to the outside. Rock launches Cena into and rams his head into the steps. Cena then leaps over the ropes into a sunset flip and locks in the STF. And at this point, I'm thinking, there's no way near. He's nowhere near the ropes. Rock's done. Gets close to it, but Cena lets go of the hold, pulls him back, and then locks him in. And my God, Rock is fading, and I love it because his face is going, not as that sexually, but he's going, basically his eyes are going, and basically he's fading out to the point where you could say, yeah, he's gone. Rock is out. And the usual hand thing, 1, 2, and he keeps himself going. He is still alive, and he gets to the ropes. Cena runs at Rock, and then gets hit by a Samoan drop. Cena counters a Rock bottom. Rock then counters an AA into a spinebuster. Rock is ready to hit the most electrifying move in sports entertainment history, the People's Elbow! As Jericho King Lawler said at WrestleMania XXVIII, might I add. 1, 2, Cena kicks out of the People's Elbow. My God. And the most brilliant line coming right there from King and Cole saying, this is the kinds of moves that have put away all the greats in the industry, but somehow Cena is staying in it. Lovely. Cena rolls in a small package for 2. Rock's then catapulted. Cena rolls up another 2 count. Cena puts Rock on the top rope. The crowd at this point equal for both men, in my opinion. Rock then fights out. Rock is on the top rope. Ready to take the leap of faith. Crossbody. Cena rolls through in a 4-way slam position. Puts Rock on his shoulders. Hits the AA. And at this point, I'm saying it's done. It's academic. Cena has got this one. My prediction is right. Hallelujah. It's going to happen just like I predicted. 1, 2... And my God, Rock's shoulders were off the mat. He kicked out. Fucking hell, this is nuts. Cena then decides to not do the 5-knuckle shuffle and do a mock People's Elbow. Runs, and out of nowhere, in comes Rock. Rock Bottom. The Rock Bottom, out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Rock beats Cena. Let me say that again if you can't believe it. Rock beats Cena. Attitude Era has triumphed over the new generation. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. WWE threw the ultimate curveball. Because nobody expected that. Nobody. I bet somebody said, oh, I got it right. I knew Rock would win. But in all fairness, you never thought that was possible. Even in the back of your mind, you thought, okay, he could, but Cena's going to do it. My God, I never thought Cena would lose to The Rock. What a way to end this pay-per-view on something no one saw coming. And I'll put this out there. I can sense that Mark Pearson right now, probably an hour and a half on from this pay-per-view finishing, is still celebrating like mad. Mark P, I know you are. Wherever you are in your mate's house, well done. You got it. You predicted that Rock was going to do it. Well done on you. This match is exactly what I wanted to do, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't see my prediction video or any of my... Actually, if you didn't see the Hogan Rock 10 years on video, you would have noticed that I wanted this match to make Rock Hogan look like a steaming pile of horse shit. And did exactly that. There was great intensity throughout, numerous falls, numerous submissions, loads of finishes, loads of fantastic psychology of the ribs early on. With a mental crowd, this match stood out, just as it should on its own. It did start slow, but the crowd didn't let up, and it naturally blossomed as it should have. And, which is more than I could ever ask for this match. I would have preferred to see more concrete ending rather than a shock finisher pinfall situation, as well as this match having a ref bump. Because how much more intense would that have been if a ref bump happened? You know? It would have spiced things up a lot more. But you can't get everything in this world, people. Overall, okay, I said in my predictions vid, I would come out of this match, if Rock won, happy, but pissed off. I'm not. I am not pissed off at this. I'm shocked. Because the one thing is that this match lived up to its billing as a once-in-a-lifetime matchup that was worth paying for. And we got the ending no one expected. We got, to be honest, a much better match than I ever thought possible. Because I will tell you now, whenever a rematch happens between these two, they are never going to better this. They are never going to better this match. And John, Dwayne, you guys did good. And for your efforts, I'm going to give you 3.5. 3.5 stars. Because that was a thrill ride I'm probably not going to experience for some time in WWE programming. Thank you guys for that one. So, believe it or not, Rock beats Cena and I give it a reasonably high rating. That's a good thing from me, I bet. Well, now on to my final thoughts. At 48 minutes. Fucking hell, this might be my longest review ever. Right, let me sit back and give you guys my final thoughts on WrestleMania 28. Well, WrestleMania is done for another year, guys. And this makes a change, because for the first time in years, I can safely say that WWE has pulled a decent WrestleMania out of the bag. They've managed to put on a consistent, yet at times flawed supercard that produced surprises everywhere, from the results to the moves to generally all over the place. It wasn't perfect because there's a lot of things that went wrong. The opener, Brodus Clay dancing, Rhodes and Show, Lonitis Long, Esther Dean singing, because you knew she couldn't do that for shit. Just saying. But apart from that, there wasn't a hell of a lot to complain about. We got a classic, close to a classic, I should say. A main event that lived up to its billing in my eyes. A stellar WWE Championship match, along with a surprisingly good low-build match. I mean, what more could you ask for? But the event was also let down by some production issues and a deflated crowd on some occasions. But I can't blame them for happening, because it does happen, and that's just life. Yeah. Overall, I'm leaving the show stunned about what I've seen. I'm not angry. Okay, I'm angry with a few little things, but I'm more positive than anything. And to me, like EDP would say, it's a good thing. That's like another 5-second pose for you, even though it didn't even last that long. I'll give this show what I fairly believe it deserves. It's not the worst WrestleMania of all time, like I've seen loads of people slamming about. Because you people, some of you do not know what the fuck you're on about. 7.25 out of 10. 7.25 out of 10. Therefore making this the pay-per-view of the year so far. And I must also point out that every pay-per-view I've had so far this year has actually ended in a quarter rating. So 6.25, 3.25, and now 7.25. I mean, it's mostly for doing what I knew it could do and a bit more. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I said that this WrestleMania would have to be bigger than last year's. It had to be better than last year's. It would have to be much better than Elimination Chamber to get my faith back into WWE. And I know their mistake that they made with Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, was a glaring one. I know Brodus Clay dancing was a shit way to fill time that could have been used for said match. But apart from those little things, I can safely say it's been a decent night to watch wrestling. Because we all got something good out of it. I mean, I got Laurinaitis winning, I got Punk winning, other people got Rock winning. So, we all got something from tonight. And I hope that's something good for the future. And that is how I'm going to end it, guys. Thank you so much for staying through 51 minutes of WrestleMania review. My God. Jesus, I can't believe I even do this. Thank you so much, everybody. If you want to, and I probably hope you do want to, click that subscribe button up there. I appreciate this a whole lot, because this video was a lot of work. And you guys out there who are great around this time at WrestleMania, thank you guys for making this thrill ride of WrestleMania, the road to WrestleMania, all the way to now, worth it. And also, you guys can like Cream Crazy's Wrestling Rant on Facebook. The link will be in the description down there, as well as search Cream Crazy WR on Skype. If you want to talk with me about wrestling anytime during any time of Raw tapings on, hell, even a pay-per-view. All's good. Also, get Q&A questions to me, guys. I've got a Q&A video coming up on Extreme Rules weekend. I'm doing 3 videos that weekend, because I've got the predictions, then the Q&A, then I'm doing the actual review. That's going to be a very packed weekend. And guys, I hope you enjoyed WrestleMania as much as I did, and I hope this is a good sign for Extreme Rules, eh? I've been Cream Crazy, you've been people watching. This has been my WrestleMania 28 results video, and I will see you next week. Cheers.